a verdict came in yesterday afternoon after just under 2 hours of jury deliberations in the retrial of Florida versus Eric Robinson. Welcome back to Law and Crime, everyone. As you just saw, the 51-year-old was found guilty of second-degree murder in the death of his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend, Nicholas Wilcox. And I want to bring in my legal panel to discuss this verdict. Bridgette Williams and Joni Johnston are here with me this hour. The jury only deliberated for an hour and 45 minutes. Does that surprise you, Bridgette?
It does not surprise me one bit. I would say that there are three things that were that led, I believe, to a quick verdict in this particular case. So one, Miss Isabella on the stand, she is a very believable witness. She comes across very believable and relatable, and she really put the jury members in her shoes. She gave very specific details about what she was going through, and it allowed for the jury members to be able to put into her shoes. The second thing I would say was that there was evidence that was brought in about Eric, the character evidence about him, that he was in jail. That was brought into evidence. The judge allowed it into evidence. Now, if I were the defense counsel, I would be looking into ways for that to be brought up on appeal, because the jury members are already viewing him as someone who may be a criminal prior to even making their decision in this particular case. And then that third thing I would say would be that the judge didn't allow for some evidence to be brought in about the relationship on a 911 call that the victim and Miss Isabella had some type of dispute going on. And so that would have given some type of just information that goes towards the defense's theory that it was in fact Isabella and not Eric. And so those things combined allow for there to be a quick verdict in this particular case.
Bridgette, as you watch that, do you find this to be a strong closing argument for the prosecution?
I would say that I think that it was a strong closing argument in the fact that it just gives the jury just a clear vision of what was going on that night. And it just goes back to putting the blame on Mr. Robinson and not on Isabella. And so that's what the prosecution is trying to do here. He's just hammering that in, that it was in fact Eric, and trying to get the juror to use their common sense. He keeps saying that word over and over again. However, I would say as defense counsel that, that it's just not common sense here, and that's not the standard here. It is, was it proven beyond a reasonable doubt? And so I would say that he gave a very strong closing argument, and to put just those jurors to have a very clear vision of what was going on. And clearly the jurors believed him that was the case beyond a reasonable doubt.